There was a king in a large kingdom who went hunting with one of his bodyguards in the middle of a forest. The king fell from his horse, and his forefinger was broken by a very hard impact. His bodyguard tried to comfort the king, but because of the pain, the king still felt sad. His bodyguard was confused, and in the midst of his confusion, he spontaneously said, "Everything has a silver lining." The king was very angry to hear this sentence, and when he arrived at the kingdom, he immediately imprisoned the bodyguard. After the king's finger healed, he then went hunting again, but accompanied by a new bodyguard. However, they got lost in the forest, and the king and his bodyguard were captured by a group of primitive forest rulers. Apparently, the king will be sacrificed to be offered in a ritual. But after the primitives learned that the king had no forefinger, the king was expelled because he was considered inappropriate for sacrifice, because he was considered disabled. The king was finally released. He went home, and on the way, he remembered what his former bodyguard had said, and his former bodyguard was immediately released after the king told what had happened. His bodyguard immediately thanked him, because he was already in jail. The king asked, "Why is that?" His guard also said, "If I had not been imprisoned, maybe I was the one who became a victim of that primitive tribe." The point of the story above is that many people think that bad things that happen in our lives are bad luck that must be cursed. They forget that it turns out that this bad thing actually has a lot of lessons to be learned. Frustration to the point of considering oneself useless is a common outlet that is done when people encounter bad experiences. So, what wisdom and lessons can we take from a bad experience? First, when the calm is disturbed, that's where we learn the meaning of patience. It's also called life. There are always trials that disturb your peace, which make us dizzy around dealing with it. The calm that you are looking for will be disturbed at any time by office problems, problematic relationships with friends, unfinished college assignments, and various other problems. From there we learn to be observant and sensitive. That the problem is not a hell that will devour us forever. It is proof that you have to learn to be more patient in dealing with various problems.